That was my little warning.
Just go ahead and start.
As soon as I find my script.
What's that?
All right, welcome to the afternoon session of the Board of County Commissioners. And please silence all electronic devices and mute your microphones. We're going to proceed to the public hearings, starting with our ordinances.
No, you're back to your afternoon.
P33.
So good afternoon, Commissioners, Chairman. I'm Jerry Williams, Administrative Services Manager, Public Infrastructure, Fiscal, and Business Administration Department. And today, this agenda item was continued from the May 5th meeting to the public hearing with guidance to research stormwater system repair options. And our Public Works Department will be leading on this follow-up actions. So they're actually pursuing, yes, sir.
We need to give a record of publication.
Just show that it was published. So 1 second.
This item was published in the April 16th, 2025 edition of the Tampa Bay Times for the May 6th, 2025 meeting, where it was continued to today.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Shall I start over? Or?
Nope, you can proceed right where you were.
All righty. So this agenda item was continued from the May 5th meeting. So our Public Works Department is now leading a follow-up action. So they're pursuing additional funding options. And their staff will make a project proposal presentation at the 9/3 meeting. So for the recommended action is to deny the adoption of the proposed ordinance.
Okay, interesting.
Madam Chairman, if you'll recall, when this came to the board for the first hearing, or for the adoption hearing, the board had concerns about that we had collected money in this district. There were still outstanding issues.
Yes. Well, that's right. We wanted
And
to
while the advisory committee recommended that the ordinance and the MSBU be dissolved and refunds occurred, the board generally was of the opinion that we should not dissolve it.
Right.
And that we should do the work out there. And so that was why you have the unusual
That's right.
recommendation to, after public hearing, to deny adoption.
Is this our second hearing on this? Because I
This
think,
only needed one, but you continued it. Sure.
yeah, well, some of us didn't want to get rid of these. It's hard work to get one of these, and we want to continue, and I think Commissioner Mariano wants to speak.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'm delighted you guys did the research to go look into it, because the people from years ago we established this were in dire needs of some help. I know we did a lot of great work out there, but with the money we have out there, I think there's still a lot more great work to do. So I look forward to your presentation coming up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And it keeps a vehicle open for the community to do other things if they so desire.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so I take a motion for dinner.
So Chair,
So bring it back.
so you're recommending denial, so where does 10 years worth of funds go?
So
The MSBU would remain in place.
So when are we, so this is my crux of it. For over 10 years, we've been collecting funds and haven't done anything with the money. How expeditiously are we going to start putting these funds to work? To Commissioner Mariano's point, to Chair Starkey's point, I mean, how much more compounding of funds do we need until we can do anything with it? If it's another 10 years, there's no sense in holding it hostage.
Go ahead, Commissioner Mariano.
Madam Chair, so Commissioner Wade, we actually did a lot of work out there.
Yeah.
There's still a lot more to do, but there was a lot of digging that was done out there. I was out there on site when teams were doing it. There's still more to do, and that's why I think we need to keep going until we solve these things that are out there, and there's still plenty to solve.
Yeah, we'll just have to be back
But
out here
and
starting
I
a new
said
one.
this, through COVID, whatever, maybe some slowdowns, but right now, I'm glad the team looked at the improvements they could do, and I tell you, the team we have now is even so much better than we had when this thing started years ago. And we've got some really talented people that get a lot of work done that otherwise might have been even more expensive going through, subcontracting out, which I'm sure they've taken a look at everything.
Yes,
and
sir.
I can't wait for the presentation to see what they can do.
And I think that presentation, to answer your fair concerns, Commissioner Waitman, should include things like schedule and what it is that
Sure.
we're pursuing in terms of work and funding.
That should be all
It should be-
MSB
it should be everything,
for
of
all
course.
of them.
Oh, 100%.
Across, whether it's on the coast or
Yes, sir.
wherever.
Did they have flooding here in Hurricane Milton in this area?
I mean, it's wet year-round.
So the feedback, so ma'am, I did visit the MSBU, and they said that there was flooding in the area.
Okay, yeah, let's, fix it. Certainly, when their time comes when they don't need any more repairs, we can keep the MSBU, but just put it at 0. And keep it so in case they need it. But just don't collect any money if we don't need it. If we don't need any money, we shouldn't be collecting it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's my view. All right, so I'll take a motion.
It is a public comment. It is a public hearing.
Public comment on the Fox Ridge MSBU.
Seeing no one, move approval.
Second.
No one online?
No one's online.
Move approval of the denial. Thank you.
And all in favor of the denial, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. P34.
We have proof of publication in the May 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th of 2025 editions of the Tampa Bay Times for the meeting of June 3, 2025, and where it was continued to July 15th, where it was continued to today.
Good afternoon, Amy Tull with Planning Development and Economic Growth. Item P34, PDE 25-0166, is an ordinance amending the Pasco County Ordinance Number 24-09, contracting and expanding the boundaries of the Two Rivers East Community Development District pursuant to Chapter 190 Florida statutes, providing for miscellaneous provisions and providing for an effective date. The request is to continue this item to the September 3rd public hearing in Dade City at 1:30.
Did we advertise this as a continuance?
Yes.
Then we don't need to vote on it.
You do need to vote on it.
But I'll
You don't
take
need
public
to,
comment.
yeah.
Okay.
Move to continue time certain.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, P35.
P35,
Same
PDE 25-0173, sorry, I jumped the gun on that.
We have proof of publication of P35 in the July 9th, 15th, 23rd, and 30th editions of the Tampa Bay Times, and for today.
All
Okay.
right.
You don't need to read it,
No.
right?
Okay.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the same.
Move to continue time certain.
Second.
Well, she needs to at least put the motion on the table for you.
I don't have to do the motion. They do the motion.
No, but you cut the staff person off from saying,
Oh.
approve the continuance to the September
Okay, sorry.
3rd, 2025 Board of County Commissioners meeting at 1:30 in Dade City.
Exactly.
There it is.
And so if that's the commissioner's motion,
Motion, seconded.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. P36.
P36, we have proof of publication, again, July 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th, 2025 editions of the Tampa Bay Times.
P36 is a similar action, PD 25-0184, an ordinance amending the Pasco County Ordinance Number 21-41, contracting and expanding the boundaries of the Two Rivers West Community Development District pursuant to Chapter 190 Florida statutes. This is a continuance request to September 3rd in Dade City at 1:30 p.m.
Move to continue time certain.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
P37, proof of publication, June 25th, 2025 edition, Tampa Bay Times, supplemented by affidavit of certified mailings and site postings.
Okay, so we'll go into the zoning actions now. So P37 is a zoning amendment in the name of One Lakuchi Center. This is a change in zoning from AC Agricultural District, R3 Medium Density Residential District, R4 High Density Residential District, and MF1 Multiple Family Medium District to an I1 Light Industrial Park District. It's located at the it's located north of Comer Road, south of State Road 575, east of Pine Products Road, and west of Bowers Road. This is a continuance request to the September 3rd public hearing in Dade City at 1:30 p.m.
Move to continue time certain.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Item P38 is a zoning amendment in the name of Murphy Road MPUD. This is the Oakley Pasco County Property Trust, a rezoning from RMH Mobile Home District and AR Agricultural Residential District to MPUD Master Plan Unit Development District to allow for the development of 672 single-family detached units and platted townhomes and associated infrastructure on approximately 118.82 acres. This is a continuance request to the September 3rd public hearing in Dade City at 1:30.
And we approve the publication of the hearing of this matter in the June 25th, 2025 edition of the Tampa Bay Times.
Move to continue time certain?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman, would you like me to read the procedures?
Yep.
There are two rezoning agendas, regular and consent. Staff will present each application to the Board of County Commissioners. If staff or Planning Commission has recommended approval and there is no opposition to the application will be considered by the board without further presentation. If staff or Planning Commission has recommended denial, or if there is opposition to the application, the applicant will be given 5 minutes for presentation. The opposition will be given 3 minutes for each individual or 5 minutes for a group representative, and the applicant will be given 3 minutes for rebuttal. Any individual disagreeing with staff or Planning Commission recommendation or anyone wishing to object to any condition of the rezoning may at this time request the petition be pulled from the consent agenda, in which case that application will be heard under the regular agenda later on during the meeting. Otherwise, all rezoning applications on the consent agenda will be approved by a single motion and vote. If you wish to speak to any petition, please give your name and address and whether or not you've been sworn for the record. These are quasi-judicial public hearings. The law in Florida is that mere public support or opposition of an application is insufficient for this board to take action. Please limit your comments to those criteria found within the board's land development code. Mr. Clerk, would you like to swear the public in?
If anyone is anticipating to speak to any of the items on the agenda for zoning items, please rise at this time. Again, if you have any possibility or intention of speaking to any of these items, please stand, raise your right hand. Do you each and individually swear or affirm the testimony you will give in these matters is the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Be seated. When you come forward to the podium, as the attorney mentioned, please give your name and address for the record and acknowledge that you were sworn. Thank you.
Okay. Item P39. Yep.
We approve the publication of this item in the May 7th, 2025 edition of the Tampa Bay Times.
Thank you. So item P39 is PDE 25-0202. It's a development agreement in the name of Homes by West Bay LLC to design, permit, acquire right-of-way, and construct a portion of Kiefer Road and New River Boulevard in exchange for transportation development fee credits in the villages of Pasadena Hills. This comes with a recommendation of approval.
Clarification of the proof of publication, that was for the July 15th, 2025 edition, or July 15th Board of County Commissioners meeting where it was continued to today.
Thank you. Okay, I'll go with the next consent item, P40, which is PDE.
She needs to call.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Is there
sorry.
anybody in?
Yes, and I just have a quick question, and then we'll see if there's someone that has public comment. I was told in my meeting that there was a multi-use trail path on this road, but there is no road section, and I know it calls for some typical road sections. I just don't have those memorized. There it is. It's that ginormous one.
William Vermillion, Planning Development Economic Growth. This is the 142 AA typical phase 1. This is for Kiefer, has the sidewalks in the first portion, and then the 70 AA that will be internal to the development for New River Boulevard with the 8-foot multi-use paths.
All right, can you go back to the other one for a second? I'm just so curious. Is this like one day going to be 3 lanes each way? Why do we have a 29-foot landscape area?
This will be a total of 4 lanes in the future, and those sidewalks will be expanded to 12 feet into the landscape area.
Oh, I'm just looking here. They're only 5 feet? There's no multi-use path on this?
For phase 1, yes, ma'am. The road's to be developed in 2 phases. This is just the first roadway typical section that was adopted in VOPH And so the second phase of this widens both sidewalks as well as to the 4-lane. And
That
the-
makes no sense to me. Why are we gonna come in and tear up a sidewalk? Why aren't we putting the multi-use path down one side? There's plenty of room. Why would we tear something up and make it so that you cannot cycle somewhere?
Sure, there is the bike lanes within this typical section, which
Are
is,
you gonna let your kids ride in that bike lane?
if
Seriously.
I had
You're gonna
kids,
push a baby stroller in that bike lane?
no. If I had kids, no. Unfortunately, this is the phasing that's set out within the enabling document of the VOPH Planning and Policy Committee.
I never noticed that. No one ever catch that there's no multi-use path on this? When we have 10, 15, 35 feet of right-of-way, which someone crossing the street's gonna literally have to run. That is 30, 30, 20, 30, 40, 45 feet when you start to cross. I mean, literally, you're gonna have to run across the street.
Madam Chair, if I might,
Yeah.
Could we just pull this and bring it back? We'll have a little presentation.
I don't think there's anybody else here, so we might as well just get it out. Clark Hobby and Hobby, 109 North Express Street, Tampa, Florida. I've been sworn. For your benefit, we are actually building the 70AA for Kiefer with a 12-foot multi-use path.
Okay, this is the
Right now.
This is the 142AA.
That's just the typical, we had to actually create a different cross-section for Kiefer on this one, and it had to do with some of the constraints of the old right-of-way out there and where the school's right-of-way edge was. We're actually building it on this one, but you're raising a good issue in that that is the typical section that you see on the 142s, and Mr. Uren has told us on several other projects, including Kenton and on McKendree, that he would rather have the county pay us to go ahead and build both of the multi-use paths up front. So we're actually starting to do it.
Thank you,
And the
Nick.
county might want to look at the sections it uses. I don't disagree with you. I don't like the on-street bike lanes myself, but that's what's in your comp
I
plan,
know,
just so you
so-
know. Anyway, on this one, we actually solved it working cooperatively with staff on it.
It's such a wide road,
Cross-section.
cross-section. I don't know where I've ever seen this. Really, I don't know how we came up with this, but.
Well, I think Mr. Uren is looking at maybe reducing a number of these very wide ones, but he's also attuned to the multi-use path issue also.
Okay.
Okay?
When it gets widened to 4, does it go to the inside or does it go to the outside? Because we have a 32 feet on the inside. So, I mean, you can line that thing with pickleball courts. Which way does it widen? Does anyone know?
Yep.
That's what I would think.
Yep. Generally, depending on right-of-way constraints, it's to the inside.
Okay. All right. Right, so is there anyone here who wishes to speak to this? Okay.
Leave it on
Leave it on
consent.
consent and move on to the next.
P40, we have proof of publication in the July 23rd, 2025 edition of Tampa Bay Times, supplemented by affidavit of certified mailings and site postings.
Thank you. So for items P40 and P41, there were ex parte forms that were submitted after the agenda was published. We did send those to the clerk's office for documentation. So item P40 is PDE 25-0144. It's a development agreement in the name of Riverstone Renner MPUD, KB Homes Tampa LLC. This is a second amendment to the development agreement, or the DA, to allow the developer to receive certificates of occupancy for 98 homes prior to completion of road improvements for the Renner MPUD, to clarify terms and conditions therein, and rename the development agreement from Renner to Riverstone. This comes with a recommendation of approval.
Is that the, okay, is there anyone here who wishes to speak against this? There's 2 for this project, right?
Correct.
You need to do them individually. Go ahead.
Okay, and I had questions of staff in my meeting yesterday that I asked to present today on this, so whichever one is appropriate. I want to talk about multi-use path, so I'll pull one of these off. Which is the more appropriate one?
Probably the MPD. Substantial modification is the
Okay, so-
next item.
All right,
item
hopefully we
41.
have those answers. Okay, so we'll pull that one off.
I would say yes.
Which one, 40 or 41?
41.
Okay, so leave this one on then. Okay, and then we'll go to 41. Well, let's pull 41. So that's it. So I'll take,
Move approval of
Did
the
you,
consent
did you
agenda.
call for,
yes,
On
I asked her to
40?
pull 41.
no, did you call for public comment on
I did.
40?
Yes.
Okay.
And I looked to my board members if they had any questions too. Okay,
Move approval of the consent agenda except for P41.
okay. And my question that I asked the two ACAs in my, well, one ACA and Joanna, in my
Second.
meeting yesterday was,
You need,
oh, sorry. All in favor? Aye. I just was trying to figure out the alignment of that multi-use path through this area.
Sure, William Vermillion, Planning Development, Economic Growth. I'll take us quickly to the cross-section here.
For the record, on P41, we have approved publication July 23rd, 2025, supplemented by affidavit of certified mailings and site postings. Thank you.
Sure. So this 12-foot multi-use path is going to run the extent of the roadway segment that the applicant is charged with building under this development agreement, which is from their project access all the way north to the existing townhome development to the north where pedestrian facilities are constructed along Wisteria Loop.
Okay, so my question was, what is the vision for the continuation of this multi-use path on Bexley? Because it's already built on part of Bexley. So is it on the north side or is it on the south side as we continue west? And my other question was, in the drawings that are in the packet, it stops before the entrance to the subdivision, so I was confused.
Sure.
If
So
you could go to the one that has the red and the yellow and the blue?
of the exhibit packet of the development
Yes.
agreement. Let's see.
It has the trail on, it's in 41, not 40. I learned that yesterday.
Okay, we may need to wait a minute to have those pulled up from the agenda packet. It is a little confusing with there's three different segments, A, B,
Right.
and C. So there's an actual Exhibit B, which highlights that the typical section, which I showed within my
Yeah, I'm not worried
PowerPoint,
about that.
is going to run the full length, which would include that multi-use trail.
I'm asking, I'm more concerned about section C, and I'd like to see it up there. Because on your map, it stops before it gets to the entrance of the subdivision, so I'm confused. And it's on the other side of the street. So I just want to know, is this multi-use path, because I think in Bexley, I don't know, I just want to see how this connects to the Bexley multi-use path. And and I asked this at my meeting yesterday, that I gave forewarning that I was going to ask this question today.
Sure.
What is the future alignment of that path heading west?
So this is the MPD, it's actually in the development agreement, the exhibits, they're exhibits to the development
Yeah.
agreement.
It's
Apologies.
page 13 of 14.
So you're at, I believe it's Arden Preserve is the development there to the north on,
Is Clark
on
still here?
Wisteria.
That was one of Clark's on the north, but on your drawing, it doesn't go to the entrance. It just goes to the corner of the property.
Sure, so I did respond to this yesterday. This question was asked of me, and if this doesn't
Okay.
clarify your question, then we'll talk about this exhibit as Gina's pulling it up. So-
Wait, you want me to look up those legal?
No, he's just gonna read you some stuff that
They-
he's pulled up. Gina's gonna pull them.
Okay.
Just so we can have a visual exhibit up here of the three segments. The multi-use path does not stop along the eastern boundary, and the multi-use path runs the entirety of the northern segment of the roadway that the applicant's responsible for constructing. This is the same commitment and typical section of roadway that was previously approved by the last development agreement, which the board approved last year in 2024. The multi-use path will cross.
You passed it, right there. Can you blow that one up?
Yep, that one there. Yeah,
The
you'll
one
have to
with
turn
the-
it clockwise.
The A, B, and C? Okay, where's the entrance to that subdivision? And, you know, right or wrong, I'm just curious why it doesn't go to the entrance of the subdivision.
So there is an existing, past the entrance to the subdivision, there's existing pedestrian facilities that this does connect to. So even though this multi-use path doesn't go to the entrance, if we were to pull up the aerial on Pasco Mapper, Arden Preserve was required to build pedestrian facilities within the right-of-way along the frontage of their project, which this segment is connecting to with their pedestrian facilities. There's currently a 5-foot sidewalk along Arden MPUD.
Well, that's not a multi-use path.
No, it's not on Arden, but
But where's
There was-
Arden and, Arden, wait a minute. Let me
so
see.
Arden is that development to the north of
I'm not
130.
talking about that way. I'm talking about the other way. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm talking about the blue section, section A.
okay, so the blue section still also
I
has.
see,
the-
I'm getting Arden mixed up with Renner.
Right,
see
so
what's
Renner
happening.
is the MPUD that's,
That's already built.
yeah, this is the one that's building
Yeah.
it. There will be 12 feet along that blue section as well.
Okay, so at Renner, this goes to their entrance? Because
Yes,
it's not going across their whole front, and so I'm wondering why,
it is going to their entrance, yes, ma'am.
but it's not covering the rest of their project. So who's gonna be responsible for that multi-use trail?
That would-
goes to their project boundary on the west?
Theoretically, that would be development that comes in the future within that vacant piece of land would be responsible for then the improvements of Bexley and Wisteria Loop. So they would be responsible, much like this
Why did we
project was
not
responsible.
go to the, why did they not have to construct it? Okay, I think Bexley is an arterial or a, whatever road, right? Collector, which requires the developer to either put a sidewalk or a multi-use trail in front of their project. It looks to me like we're stopping halfway through their project. So I didn't understand that.
A little bit of the rationale too is how much further offsite improvements that they're doing.
They could have done it on their own property that they're buying.
Right, but they're connecting all the way up to Arden Preserve and realigning the road
No,
for
I'm
us.
talking about going the other way.
No, I know, I'm saying that's part of the rationale for this development agreement is the other infrastructure improvements that they're doing off-site. The CSX line that you can see over to the left side of the page really prevents Bexley roadway from being improved past the CSX line just because it needs to be an above-grade crossing at this point.
Well, I just don't understand why it didn't go across their whole front.
I think this will, correct me if I'm wrong, this is what the board and the developer agreed to. The purpose of this particular modification is to allow them to have more COs and to have not had the infrastructure in place yet.
Yeah,
So, I
Correct.
mean, the board's kind of already
yes, the
Agreed with
cart
the
has left,
developer.
the horse has left the barn.
correct.
I think we messed up, not requiring them to,
I recall there was
They-
substantial board debate on this one.
well, we did over by Ray Gadd's house and the sheriff's house. But I thought our code required them to put something in front of their development, either a sidewalk or a multi-use path.
Could have been part of the agreement. I don't know, when we make agreements with developers, sometimes, again, I'd have to go back and check the record on it, but this is what's codified in the agreement. And again, what's before you really is allowing them to have the additional COs and thus accepting a performance bond to ensure that the
Yeah.
what the board required at the time gets built.
Do we have a
Unfortunately.
clear, Madam Chair, do
Yeah,
we have a clearer map to show exactly what's gonna be built here?
Would you like the GIS aerial to be pulled up? Would that be more clear? Or would you like the master plan of the
Oh, the
subdivision?
master plan, please.
So if we actually go to Mapper, some of these units are already platted, so it's even easier to see
excellent.
on GIS than the master plan, which previously didn't have platted lots. Right, so there's that context map actually shows the plats there.
I can't see what's in front though, can you?
Okay.
Now, on this line.
Can we zoom in on that?
Is it going further to the west than what you're showing on the other one?
Oh, if you'll just pull up that context map that was on the PowerPoint and zoom into that. So that's the actual plat of the neighborhood currently.
Oh, I don't think the trail's even on this thing.
No, this is just an aerial map to show the lot lines in the area. But this gives you an idea of what the neighborhood looks like because it's already platted with its internal streets.
Madam Chair? I mean, we need a better description. If it's just stops at their entrance, that's not a good thing, especially because the people to the side may not develop. There's only a little sliver there.
I know, I don't understand how our
And it
staff
says
would-
Bexley Road, Wisteria Trail, and then down the road, you get the extension that may go under. I mean, we gotta get this finished.
I think that's
This is
too late.
108 units, you've already approved it. This is changing the timing of a requirement.
Right.
So I'm not,
All right, let me ask this way. Is there right of way there for us to come in and continue that? Was it preserved?
I can't answer that for you. I have to ask staff.
The applicant.
Along this property, yes, we have right of way, but there's not sufficient right of way as you move further west. The development that came in would be responsible for dedicating the right of way there.
So do we have it on their side?
On the which?
I mean, the
which
trail
side?
can cross the street.
Which side? When you say this side, which side are you talking
South
about?
side?
The south side.
Yeah, so we'd need right of way on both sides if it's not within the subject property or within the confines of this development agreement. If you were moving towards the CSX line.
Do we have dedicated right of way on the south side of the road to continue a multi-use trail? Where, after they stop?
on the applicant's property, is that the
On the
question?
applicant's property?
Yes. This project gave sufficient right of way as a part of their MPD conditions.
They're just not constructing the path
Okay.
to the end of their property.
I want the applicant to confirm that.
Yeah, there.
Sorry. Because I saw what happened on that other road in Land O'Lakes, in two neighborhoods.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shelley Johnson, 6400 Madison Street, and I have been sworn. Just to provide a little bit of further background, we already have the county permits for this improvement project. The county is the actual applicant for the 404 permitting, to which they've already started that process as well. So the actual design has been approved, it's, engineered, we're really far along in terms of changing,
Right.
how far the path would go
I'm
west.
just seeing if we messed up or not.
As far, no, we did what we were told. I mean, typically what you see with these MPDs, I don't, there's a variety of different roads I can think of where, they go from one entrance to the next entrance in terms of what they're building, that segment of that roadway improvement. And this is exactly what this one did. It actually got a bigger segment heading east, obviously, but that multi-use trail goes from, it's on the north side. It goes from the entrance all the way to the Arden Preserve existing sidewalk, because Arden Preserve
Right,
is already
and
built.
We have to fix that
Yeah,
somehow.
the south
Yeah.
side, they took the sidewalk all the way across, all the way from their entrance, all the way to tie into the existing tie-in of the road improvement, where the realignment then ties into the existing alignment. So they've done everything that they've been
So
asked
are
to do
you
as far
saying
as
there, if you go out the entrance
Mm-hmm.
and you turn left, there's a sidewalk on the south side now? They have constructed a sidewalk on the south side.
I do not know what their plat showed if they put a sidewalk on the side. They have
'Cause we
dedicated.
can't tell from this.
They have dedicated all of the right-of-way that they were required to
I-
dedicate under the corridor maps and in the MPD approval for sure,
Okay,
so.
Again,
And I-
and I know, but that's not what I'm asking. I know that all that engineering is done. I'm just seeing if we preserved enough to continue, that's all.
On that
Because
other
it
side.
gets very narrow on the north side. You can see that wetland and lake or whatever's there. So the trail would, and this is why I was asking staff, what is the vision for that to continue to the west? Because it really has to cross the street.
The only information I have about that is, of course, at some point, they don't control the right-of-way heading west anymore, but
Right.
my understanding is there's missing right-of-way segments for that segment of the Bexley extension, and, there's no PD&Es or anything like that, so I think as they plan in the future and make that connection where there's that gap that hope, obviously they will account for the multi-use path because obviously this is, created a nice spot for them to do it on the north side. I don't believe there's any plans or anything. I don't know if anybody from the staff knows.
So let me ask you again, Shelley, sorry. Looking at
Sure.
this, is there a sidewalk built to the west of your entrance in front of your project?
I'm looking at my client because I don't know because when I've gone up there, I've never really paid attention to that part. I was looking at the other side of it, so.
Yeah.
Andy Greenwood.
Zoom in, it
KBN.
should have been built already.
I can show you the Google Earth image of the sidewalk.
Okay, it's just a yes or no. We can't see it from here.
Yeah. It's there.
You want to put his phone over there then?
Isn't that the same image? If it's Google.
I think he has a photograph.
She's speaking to the west there. She wants to know are there any pedestrian facilities to the west? That's to the east. So no, there are not.
Do we know if the right-of-way is there? That's the biggest
Well,
question.
yeah, so do we have the right-of-way preserved from you guys?
Click on those triangles.
And why
click on
didn't
those
we ask
shapes.
of a sidewalk?
It's down,
I
down a little bit.
Madam Chair?
This is a platted
End of the road.
subdivision. We've dedicated all right of way as necessary per the
Well,
zoning conditions.
I know what you're saying, but
Click.
I'm saying that
See that triangle towards the end there?
you've got a sidewalk in front of your project to the right, but you didn't do it on the left.
I understand. I do want to ask, though, that we are not, I didn't anticipate a design
We're not
development.
changing, I'm
Okay.
not asking you to change anything.
Madam
Okay, I
Chair?
just wanted to.
I'm
yeah.
saying I think we
Madam-
messed up.
Madam
Chair.
Chairman.
So they're just showing right now, we have the right-of-way in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the biggest concern, and I
Yeah.
want to say, these guys did a great job working with us.
Yeah.
Building in front of two other pieces of properties that didn't get done to make it
Right.
happen. And it took a major thing to get the approvals done, environmentally, et cetera. So what they
Well,
have done
they're
is.
not done with that yet.
No, I know, but I mean,
Trying
that's why
to.
we're giving them extensions so they can keep on building. So I think your concerns and our concerns, we have the right-of-way. When
Yeah.
it's going to get ready to
That
connect.
was my question.
We'll make the connection happen, so I'm going to.
Because we can't go
I'm
do
happy
it on,
with this.
it'd be very hard to do it on the
Right,
other
and
side.
that's why they did such a great job making
Yeah.
it happen on the other side. We really needed those connections.
When you do the multi-use path on the north side, it's gonna need to cross the street and continue on the south side, in my opinion, but I am not the active transportation planner. Yes,
Good afternoon, Board. Chair David Allen, Assistant Administrator for Development Services. And so I think this is a really good picture because a couple of things. Number one was as we met yesterday and had the conversation, the exhibit that we had showed the multi-use path on the north side stopping right at their,
entrance,
no, it was actually shown on their
Oh, on the
easterly
corner.
project
Yeah.
boundary, right?
Yeah.
And so what they've agreed to do is build that all the way up to their entrance.
Right.
And so the idea here was that they would have continuity from that point moving easterly all the way over to the other side. So that's why we didn't have them build the westerly portion, is because they had a lot of off-site improvements in order to make this project move forward. So to everybody else's point, I think, yes, we do have the right-of-way dedicated for that, and we'll be looking at whether there are other projects that move forward that would complete that construction, or the county would contribute
Right,
to
and
building out the
that
rest of the
was
system.
my question.
Yeah,
So,
No, good
I
question.
hope that
Yeah.
provides clarification.
yeah,
Thank
we
you.
got it now, so, okay. This is a public hearing. Did anyone else wish to speak to this item?
Seeing no one, move approval. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. All right, we are to commissioner items.
Okay. I will start with mine. I'll bring Ralph, you want to come forward? Put Ralph to work. So we want to discuss the federal lobbyist change. Hoping to bring back Skoyak. Is that the way you pronounce the
Skoy?
name?
Perry.
Did you want to do the federal first or the
Yes,
state?
Federal's first.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ralph Lair, Intergovernmental Affairs Officer. So, Commissioner, based on our conversation, you just asked how the federal, our federal contract, which is with Ballard Partners, has been doing since they took over at the beginning of the year. They could do better. The initial
don't seem
person
to
that
have
we
gotten
had,
what we've-
go ahead. Go ahead. The initial person that was assigned to us only engaged about 4 times with me. We had meetings up in Washington. Commissioner Starkey, I know that was a concern with you, the meetings that we had in Washington when we were up there with our county administrator. So, you know, all I can say is, could we do better? I think Van Scoy did a good job, the previous one we had. I understand why you all made the decision based on the connections that Ballard had. What worried me early on was initial comment that we would probably be their last local contract that they would deal with at the state.
So it doesn't look like we were getting our bang for our buck that we're spending. Maybe it's best for us to go back to the person we used.
Harry's a great guy, but.
And we did get more back from that individual.
Madam Chairman.
Yep.
So this is a contractual engagement. You need to follow the terms of the contract with Ballard in terms of termination, whether it's for cause or for convenience. And you can't just go back to Van Scoy. You need to rebid the project.
Actually, as I understand it, with purchasing, we could not do that and piggyback off of a contract that they have with another.
That's still a competitive arrangement.
Okay.
That's
And
still
purchasing's
going
not
through
here.
that's still going through the purchasing process. If you can piggyback somebody else's contract with Van Scoy, that's an option, but it's,
Okay.
you can't just
Point taken.
pick one.
Then we'll have to, yeah, we'll have that discussion with purchasing. But you do, as the board, have the right to break the agreement if you so choose to do that.
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
I don't think if you looked at Harry's first year, second year, we really got much out of it either. It takes a time to build it. And I like Harry, great guy. I've met with Ballard. Frank, we've been trying to work with getting a contract with Dawson Associates. I guess we're just about there to engage with the Army Corps between the 404 permit stuff, between the Four Rivers project, SunWest. So Dawson was very effective to work with. They talked with Ballard. They were very happy to work with them. You never get anything in the first year, and right now with all the cuts and things that are going on in DC, I don't know if anybody's gotten a lot compared to what they might have gotten with anyone in their first year contract.
Commissioner Yeager.
Yeah, from the get-go, I wasn't a fan, so I'm gonna just voice my opinion again that I definitely don't think that was a good choice for us. I don't think, if you think 4 times that you had interaction, and I also was in Tallahassee multiple times and really didn't have any connection with them either, so.
No, they're only federal.
Oh, we're not talking about.
No, this
no,
is
talk about
federal.
Ballard.
Oh, Ballard,
It's a
sorry.
federal.
Wrong one.
Did we, how many years did we sign, how many years was our
3.
contract supposed to be?
3.
3? Well, yeah,
Instead of jump, can we send them a,
hey, yeah.
a cure notice or something? Like, it's been a few months, and it's not necessarily the best look for us as a customer either.
Yeah.
I think if we send them a letter like, hey, we need a little more attention out of you. If not, then it's not cured. I know this is a unique contract. We'll be, looking at separating.
Yeah, and maybe they don't want to keep us.
Yeah, maybe they may say, we got all that we can handle. And it's a polite, hey, thank you, and then we go about our business.
Madam Chair?
And one second, and you know what would be telling? We're gonna have discussion on a federal item, which is the Housing Authority vouchers. And are they willing to participate in our conversation?
All right,
It'll show something if they come and someone comes and talks with us and schools up on it and is a part of our workshop or discussion.
So again,
Yes, ma'am.
I talked with them before, as we're trying to bring, I said, Dawson Associates on, they're happy to work with them. They met with me, talked with them, and then they're engaged. If you don't ask them for something, then how can you expect to get something? So
That's
that's got to
true.
be on us.
We don't-
And if
we
you
don't-
only had 4
We
communications.
don't ask enough too.
Again, and it's been a very tumultuous time up in DC with the new president and all that he's had going on. So if ever the time that things have been changed, things have been pulled back, things have been cut, et cetera, with all that said, it hasn't been easy for anybody. But right now, as I say, I've set up the engagements coming up. I'm actually going up there the 14th, planning to meet with them, but I wanted to make sure we were set with our contract before I confirmed an appointment with them. But when I met with them before, they gave me 45 minutes to an hour time to talk about what was going on, et cetera. So I think should stay at least to the end of the term and maybe take a look at it then. But like I said, I've got things working right now that we need. I mean, Sea Pines, we just got that permit, but I still got another phase to go with that. So I need that Army Corps relationship, and I think they could help, with what Trump did to get Ridge Road done. He's the one who made it happen. If he even gets regulations out of the way, never mind money, it's going to be helpful.
Yeah, it was Ballard who went in there with Weatherford, got that over the hump, apparently.
Well, the reason I brought this up was the fact that it doesn't seem like we've been receiving good information.
I think we give
It's
them a
helpful
warning
to
shot
us.
across the bow.
Okay.
I was going to suggest, if this is, a little new for me here, but I would suggest that, listen, Ralph can maybe talk to you individually, see what kind of feedback we would like to give to our lobbyists, or if you want to do that here, that's fine. And not just federal lobbyists. I think all of our lobbyists, as we come in, it's probably an ample opportunity to kind of provide a little bit of a report card, and then we can sort that out. I do agree with Commissioner Waitman. I think, some kind of notice is necessary if we're not happy or impressed. And I sense there's some differing opinions here on the board and how we can handle that. But let's at least take that feedback and have an open, honest conversation with the lobbyists, and before we make any decisions moving forward.
Yeah.
These relationships work both ways. So I think we need to clearly define our expectation.
Correct.
And what we clearly expect out of our investment into their firm. And they agree and they see clearly now, they better understand us as a customer, and we better understand them as our customer. Maybe it'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, and, if they're actively working with Commissioner Mariano, we certainly don't want to pull
Yes,
the
we
rug
don't
out on that.
Yeah.
And we do want to let them know whatever it is that we've decided on, this voucher program, that's a federal thing, and we need them to be here with some guidance. Okay, so now, Commissioner Oakley?
Okay. Then the other, we were going to talk about our local lobbyists, but we probably need to do it the same way, bring them in, or I'll let Ralph take the lead on that.
Well, I thought I heard discussions about going from 3 to 2.
Yeah, but this is a different discussion, so I mean.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that.
Same.
3 to 2.
So I think, again, I think the same thing.
A little more discussion, please?
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
I want you to all recall, the previous year, we had stuff gone through legislature, and everything got whacked, right? This year, we had things go through, not everything we wanted, we're still going to go work for more, but we got a lot more by having the 3.
I haven't heard all we got yet.
What's that?
I haven't heard. Has he
We
given us
gave
an
that to you,
update?
the legislative update.
Yeah, I didn't.
We did that, but I
Yeah,
will,
we did.
I will I'll
So
give you that
so all the
information
things we
again.
put in, most of it went through and
Well-
stayed and got the governor's signature. I think it took all 3 of them to
We didn't
keep all
get
3
a
things together.
penny for the dates.
I know, but we can go back
I
again.
actually think we got more out of 2 of them than we did all 3.
I'd
There
be
was one
inf-
that I didn't think that we actually were able to go through with. I mean, they showed up sometimes in a meeting, didn't even know who they were. But, I mean, the
You
2
may,
have been doing real well.
you may not have the interaction you wanted, but look at what happened. The governor signed our monies that we got, and we didn't get that last year. And I don't think if we didn't get Slater on the
Things we didn't
team.
get also.
Well, no, I know, we didn't get everything we wanted, but literally, from what we did the previous year to this year, was monumental. And it wasn't just getting it funded, because we had a lot of stuff funded last year, the previous year, but this year, we had the governor signing our things to get our funding. And if you don't get that third wheel, those first two don't matter.
I just want to put my 2 cents in. I said from the get-go, I feel like we only need 2. I think 3 is a waste of money. I also think we got what we got this year because we have Hooper as the approach chair. That's a big deal. And I agree. I feel like only 2 lobby firms did most of the work. So I'm just for 2, not 3.
You know, for me, okay, what did we get? We got the road project by Hooper's House, you know, down in Trinity. We got the Curly Road.
We got the sidewalk.
We got the fire station.
So so we did not get our stormwater project.
I don't understand that.
We did not get the Pasco shelter.
You gotta remember, we're still on a little bit of a naughty list.
I don't think we got that much. I mean, those aren't real big numbers, personally.
Go look at what the city's got.
Maybe.
Put that on the list.
I'll say this.
What did the
Our
cities
counterpart,
get?
our county to the south of us, Pinellas, got 0.
0. That's like us, typically. We usually get vetoed. 0. Holy cow. What did Hernando get?
Wasn't prepared to answer that one, sorry. I was just aware of Pinellas.
That's crazy. I think I need to do a little homework and digging to see if, I mean, we all have connections. We can see if they did any lifting. Let's all do our own sleuthing and see if that one firm did any lifting.
Hang on for just a second.
Because I know the other 2 worked very hard.
Ralph, what are the other monies that we got from the cities? There's a lot more money from the cities they got too.
But they're not hired. They didn't.
Yeah,
hire
so
them.
the cities
What
did
I'm
very
saying,
well,
you're saying
all their ask.
Pasco as a whole did very well for the things that were asked for.
But the city has, does the city have their own lobbyists?
Yes, majority of the ones that had the funds, they had a lobbyist firm.
Right, so that doesn't come from our lobbyists.
No, I'm not saying it does, but I'm saying as far as like
But you said
Pasco.
count the cities.
Well, I'm saying if you want to look at what all of Pasco got, all of what we're doing,
But that's not because our lobbyists got them.
If you give me a moment, I'll get my computer and I'll pull that up.
The cities had their own.
I understand. But I'm saying if you just miss one of those bits of funding, how much did you save? If you don't get the fire station that Representative Yeager and Burgess got together, that one thing alone, which is a big unique thing. If Trinity Boulevard doesn't come through, either one of them, for 60 grand, what are you thinking about? It's worth, to me, I'd take that as an insurance marker all day long. Because one signature from that governor can take away a project. And he's the one who had the connection.
He does
The
have
others
that
didn't have it.
tightness with the government.
That's why we got killed last year. I think
Yeah.
the reason we got all that was we had that connection with the governor. And that's why we need all 3 of them.
And Senator Hooper was a Brooks chair.
It doesn't matter. The governor doesn't sign it, you don't get it, it goes away.
I understand.
Did he sign them or wait till July
signed
1?
it. Had to sign it. He could veto every one of them.
He cannot sign it and still be approved. It just sails
Compare
through.
year to year, see what we got and what we did. We're way ahead again.
So would the board like us to maybe bring something back at a later meeting after you've
Yeah,
had an
I
opportunity
wanna ask around.
and we can,
We can
you know,
ask
around.
we'll take direct.
Again, I'm satisfied with 2 of the 3. The third one, which is the one in question, I was following along. I like, again, like with Ballard, I think they need to understand our expectation, what we'd like to see out of them, and vice versa. And then go from there.
You know, we could do a little test bunny next year and give them a big project and see what happens.
If we have 3 next year.
If we what?
If we have 3.
So,
Yeah, if we have three, like the
Madam Chair.
Pasco one that is so important that didn't get any money, the Dade City one.
Madam Chair, the reason I brought this forward is because there's some misunderstanding of what they did for us, or what each one of them did for us. But I think we need to have this conversation so that all of us can think this out. We should meet with Ralph, each of us, and discuss what you feel with him, so we'll be better prepared to come back
Yeah.
and make the right decision. That
Yeah.
sound good,
Yeah,
Ralph?
I
Yes.
think that's
I
what we
think
want
that,
to do.
and
We're
that's
gonna
the
bring this
reason I
back.
brought it up, not to necessarily take action today, but everybody can be thinking about what they want to do and what they did do, and then come back to us and let's discuss that, and what each one of them did, that each of us can put in the pot, because what Jack's reaction with Ballard and others, or the one in Washington DC, I understood he went up and met with them, but I'm not
You're not privy to it.
up to par
Yeah.
with what went on actually,
And
what they did.
speaking of that, I do want to make sure, we told everyone when we were up in Washington and we went around, that we were going to be working with DOT on money for 5441. And I haven't seen, we were going to try and get all our congressional delegation to sign on to an ask. So I've not seen any movement on that.
So on that particular one, they're doing a reauthorization bill for the Transportation Service Reauthorization Bill,
Okay.
separate bill. Congressman Bill Arakis did ask for separate projects, not the projects that, if you remember, they did not fund member requests for 2025, so we resubmitted those for 2026. Both Congressman Bill Arakis and Lee resubmitted their projects, but we did submit projects for the resurfacing Bill Arakis, and we did ask for right-of-way funding for 5441 in hopes
Okay.
that it would speed up DOT and move it up higher at the state
Yes.
level.
And did we get letters from Rubio and Scott, which we told them all that we were going to be asking for them?
At this point, no, we're gonna, we can. I'll be meeting,
And
we'll be having
Congresswoman
meetings
Lee?
with them in the next 2 weeks, all four offices, so I can bring that up with them.
I've learned that that's what the other counties do to help get these through, is they get their congressional
Sure.
delegation behind them. And frankly, that is a regional one, and we should ask Kathy Castor to sign it, and everybody in the area, so.
Okay.
And we should bring up that other organization about the housing
Yes,
while you're
yes.
having that meeting as well, since you have a captive audience.
Well, yeah, if we are gonna have a delegation meeting, we definitely want to get our Ts crossed and our Is dotted, so that we can ask intelligently for them to fix that thing.
Okay.
I've been trying for years, so I was saying,
And for the jail,
uh,
with Scott's office.
oh, yeah. But, with you two on, I'm hopeful for more traction, because I've been outraged about it for a couple of years. Okay, what else, Commissioner Oakley?
That's all I have.
Okay, Commissioner Oakley, I saw in the paper about the Tampa Bay Water, and, when I was on Tampa Bay Water, we signed on to the, PFAS lawsuit. You were on the board as well, but we signed on to that
Oh, yeah,
PFAS
a
lawsuit.
long time ago, right.
So, I understand that they are getting quite a bit of money.
And I've missed a meeting, so I haven't been given that information, so. 21 million.
Yeah, so, if you see what's going on in Temple Terrace, the government set unrealistic numbers for us all to, I don't know if we have any here from utilities, I see Brandon. The government set unrealistic PFAS numbers to attain. If you remember that discussion, it's like it's almost it's like impossible, right? I'll turn it to you.
Yes, ma'am. Adolfo Gonzalez, Utilities Engineering and Contract Management Director. We will be receiving PFAS settlement funds as well, but as I understand it, Pasco is in the second group of agencies that will be receiving PFAS funding. Tampa Bay Water was in the first group.
And I understand our PFAS money is going into our firefighters, our fire.
There were two claims filed. The initial claim and why we engaged outside counsel was the fire training facility.
Yeah.
And the contamination or the positive results that were coming up in the land around that area. I understand that utilities at that time didn't have a large concern. Since then, the numbers have slowly gone up in the laboratory analysis that I think that utilities has done. But we are making claims on both the fire and the utilities side. I think that what I had communicated with you was we got into the litigation because of the fire, the training.
But we're part of Tampa Bay Water, and Tampa Bay Water is getting a settlement, so, and so some of the Tampa Bay Water will come to the Pasco County facilities that are part of Tampa Bay Water? I mean, what do they do? Can you report back to us how they're gonna
Well,
spend
I
the
can
money?
report back,
Madam
but
Chair?
I have to, I missed that meeting.
I'm the other
but
member of the
maybe-
board.
Okay, I was looking at
maybe
him.
Jack has that info, so.
Okay,
All right, so I think it was about $12 million or so.
no, it's more than that.
28?
21 or 28.
Yeah, I think it's in the
Okay.
20s.
So they didn't plan to send it to each of the counties, I don't believe. I think they're gonna put it into other things, into water projects.
Well, they've gotta figure, it's gotta be like filters or something to pull out the PFAS, in my opinion. Why would we want something else? We don't wanna leave the PFAS in our water.
No, what I'm saying is that don't look to get a check back from them. They're gonna put it, I think, internally, they're gonna do projects with it to go
They're gonna put it in our
mitigate.
projects or go out in the future.
21 million.
So we're gonna
Okay.
stay with the
I knew it
PFAS,
wanted
not clean
to.
it up, but build new projects.
No, ma'am, we will actually be cleaning up, remediating the PFAS in our systems. Tampa Bay Water is taking the lead on the regional water supply system, and then we'll be doing the same for our isolated wells that had higher.
Okay, where are you getting the money from?
We are currently budgeted in the 5-year plan, I believe, $20 or $22 million over the next 5 years for
That's
some
my
PFAS
point.
removal.
I feel like the Tampa Bay Water money should be going to cleaning
Let
up our.
me try it a different way. We buy bulk water from them, they will be treating it before it gets to us.
Okay, but I heard they were
Right.
putting in the new supplies, what I heard Commissioner Mariano saying,
Well,
which is not the same as
treatment, whatever.
treating what we've got.
Well, I think they've got
They're gonna be treating.
maybe 2 to 3
They're gonna
bad
be
wells.
treating the water before we get it, so.
That's what I care about.
Yeah, well, we've got a couple of bad wells in Tampa Bay Water, so they're gonna figure out what they're gonna do with it, what's the best thing to do. Do they shut it down or they open up a new well? They're gonna look into what's the best thing to do, but. it's
I
done.
don't know about you guys, but I have a neighborhood in my district in Holiday that is not on Tampa Bay Water. It's a private utility, Sunshine, something, out of Orlando.
Yep.
And they had 7 wells, and they had to shut 6 of them down, and they left 1 open so they could still provide water, but it's very contaminated water. Amskills is on that water. We have a water fountain, and you cannot use that water. You cannot drink that water. The levels
They're
are
not
through the
part of
roof.
Tampa Bay Water, so.
No, and they wouldn't let us buy them out and connect to our water.
Oh, they're private.
Yeah, Seminole County's buying them out. And we should try again, because I don't understand how they're allowed to deliver that water to people. It's not a high-income area. They all get sick. It's not right. Okay. Commissioner, thank you.
That's all
That's
I've
my
got.
little update.
But
That
I'll
was my
bring
question
back,
to Tampa
I'll
Bay
bring
Water.
back information on that.
Okay. Seth?
Nothing pertinent, but just want to wish everybody some reminders. School starts back next week. Everybody who's out traveling, be patient. Best to the parents and the teachers and the students on the 2025-26 school year. And also, be remiss if I didn't wish Commissioner Oakley a happy 80th birthday.
Today.
It's a great milestone, July 29th.
Wow, good
I don't know if
for
we should sing or not, or bring in.
Don't want me to sing. You don't want me to
But,
sing.
happy birthday,
All right, thank you.
and that's all I have.
Commissioner Yeager?
Okay. So, as we know, Governor DeSantis has requested that the counties participate in the Doge. I feel like we need to follow Pinellas and Hillsborough and our other counties' lead. They are participating, and I think Pinellas and Hillsborough just started their audit recently. I think it's best for our citizens for transparency, to know that we're being effective and efficient. So I asked the county administrator to draft up a resolution and I'm asking you guys if you would support that.
I thought we had done this.
No, nope, we're on the list. We were not on the list for, there were, I don't know how many counties on the list, but we were not one of them.
Okay.
So
I did
wanna
have
make
one
sure that we're
question on
the-
this.
the list.
Why are we calling out the CRAs? Is there any certain reason why you did that paragraph on the CRA? Not that they're my favorite thing.
Right.
It says, whereas the Pasco County Board of County Commissioners does not have jurisdiction or oversight over community redevelopment agencies formed by municipalities under section blah.
I asked for it.
Oh,
And a fair amount of your property taxes are going to the CRAs.
okay, all right,
And that's one of the things they are going to be looking at.
yep. Okay, well, I'm fine with it. Do you need a motion?
We'll just bring it back next meeting?
It's here, it's ready to
No,
go.
the resolution's here. I'm just asking if everyone.
It's
would
gone through the
support it.
county attorney and the county administrator. If the
Yeah.
board wishes to adopt it,
Make a motion.
All right, so I move to approve the resolution.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I think our numbers are gonna shine.
It's,
All right.
this is,
Shine,
And I
shine,
think our
shine.
residents will be happy, so.
yeah, this is, Commissioner Yeager, thank you for bringing this forward. Wallet Hub produced on ABC News. Wallet Hub just released that Florida is the second most distressed state with credit card debt in the nation.
Wow.
And with that, and watching the DOGE efforts, or the Florida Agency on Fiscal Oversight, has been nicknamed now, it's important that we really, as this budget cycle moves forward, that we show our commitment to our taxpayer, we find a way to double down, and everybody knows where I am on millage rates, and work through to help folks. So I think this is a great move forward, Commissioner Yeager, so thank you for this. Also, too, I mean, it shows, we're doing this already, I don't know if Chase is here, but it's important that folks know when we're in Pasco and we're looking at your money, the sheriff's, cut $2 million from his
Yeah, did a
budget
great job.
already with just a request, and it just shows the team effort that, not just with the board, but our constitutionals and all facets of our government are working together to try to reel back and be efficient with folks' money, and that way they can keep more in their wallets. So,
Madam Chair?
thank you.
Yeah,
And just to say, I think Pasco County's been probably the most frugal county going from when we should have cut. I mean, when we cut back in 06, 07, we cut dramatically.
dramatic.
And it cost us a long time to get back, and
It
then
did.
we got fiscally sound by
20
putting
years.
reserves back in, so in case a storm came like just happened, if we didn't have those reserves in place, where would we be? So I think that we took the approach, I know I mentioned, and the board agreed with me from years ago, was like, we're not forcing every department to spend every dime they got to get their budget for next year. But whatever they didn't use from, if they didn't hire people, et cetera, that got turned back in. If there's projects that money that get carried over, that get carried over. But we didn't just go make them go spend the money to justify how they could have it again. And I think that's been part of the cornerstone. I know Mike's been on it everywhere, looking every single year, what are we gonna do? So with all that said, I think we've done a very responsible job every step of the way. And I think our citizens, especially with the Penny for Pasco money, looking how we spent it, they've endorsed it now 3 times. We've gone through and we put a bond referendum. We didn't spend any money, didn't do any promotion on it. And the voters said, look, we want these things. We're coming from more urbanized areas to Pasco County. We want our kids to have nice sports to play, great teams to go on like we saw today, right? So I think we responded to what our people said they
Yeah.
wanted.
I agree, and talking about the water reminds me of some obligations that we have to our citizens, and that is, we said we were gonna buy them out of the most expensive water pretty much in the state. And we got, who was the first one? Aqua, highest water rates in the state of Florida. Then we got Lendrick. And listen, I have 2 houses in the county. The comparison of my Gulf Harbor's bill to my other house was insane, how much more that water cost me. And we said we were gonna buy out the other 2 utilities and are gonna come back to us with a plan, but we have some ways that we are gonna help our citizens, and we have to remember that we promised them we're gonna buy out FGUA and get people's water rates lowered. We've got a courthouse, we still have, we've got ball fields to do, and we still have a ways to go, but, yeah.
No, I just want to finish my other commissioner.
Oh, yes,
business real
please
quick. Okay, so we can get out of here. All right. Okay, so this was AM Skills. Pam and Paula, my son had surgery, so Pam and Paula went on my behalf.
Awesome.
Yep.
Was this the graduation of the utilities camp?
Yes, I was at
Yeah.
that. Great.
All right, the next one. This is Marjorie's Hope. So this was amazing. She started off really in her house and then grew it into this big, beautiful store. So basically, kids can shop, teachers can shop, and it's a great organization for anyone in need.
And this is at Wendell Crane.
Yep, at Wendell Crane.
Next to the
and
museum.
It's so beautiful. It looks just like a little boutique. It's so pretty. So, okay.
Was this leadership to Pasco's project?
Yes, it
Yes.
was. They did a great
Congrats to
job.
them.
I had racks to donate to them, then she's like, nope, we got all we need.
Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, go ahead, next slide. I went to the legislative update for Gus Bilirakis, so I was really glad I did go because some of the citizens had some questions about the county, so I was able to jump in and answer that for them. Next slide. This was, we had a back to school bash at Moon Lake, and we gave out 250 backpacks. Can you go to the next slide, please? 250 backpacks. We did haircuts, school physicals. We gave out lunch boxes, food for the kids, free clothes, and I want to thank, just so I don't forget, all of our community partners. I think we have slides if you could keep moving. So we had the property appraiser and Jakeem, they donated shoes. We had BRW Contracting, they did lunch boxes. Metropolitan Ministries did backpacks. Firefighters Charities handed out brand new clothes. Grace's Food Pantry supplied 150 snack bags. Pastor Jen from Shady Hills Mission Church was there with her crew. Benet's Career Academy, they had 10 people cutting hair, and we had 60 haircuts. Florida Wellness and Hamilton Health and Wellness providing school physicals, and the big rock star of the day was from Parks, Jessica LaChance. She stayed the entire time from start to finish, and her and I were sweeping up hair, and I was helping her throw all the garbage, so we made sure that the park was the same or better than when we left it. So it was a great event, and I had people there, the vendors, who said they're all in for next year as well. So that's what I have.
Commissioner Mariana.
Okay. Got some great news. The Shady Hills Elementary School, we're trying to get a turn lane up there. We work with Ripa and Barbara Wilhite, help coordinate it with our team, bringing everything together. That turn lane is in, looks great, got great compliments through everybody out there, so they're thrilled with that. This past week, I was up at Heritage Pines with the Congressman Bilirakis, and we're talking about Conley Line Road, getting that done. And also, they did talk concerns about some utility water supplies, so we need to go work with them closer to make sure they do have enough water supply up there as we're going forward. And I think we have some pictures for the Scallopin Music Festival. This Chef Dre on Dre's Island right there.
Yeah, I've had
I'll
his
tell
food.
you,
It's
what
great.
a great guy he was, just hanging out there, and it was so cool just have him cook right in front of everybody. That picture you saw was Nancy Benitez from Gulf Islands. She came in to volunteer. That's Daryl Hull from the Sertoma Club. Colleen and Nancy made cakes. We got the Point Distillery right there. They're doing a free sample thing, and as they're waiting for their contract coming up with a distributor, they were able to actually sell bottles, do samples, and then sell bottles as well. People are loving what they were doing. Great group of guys, great products, having a great time. Keep going.
Ooh, hope it didn't rain.
We had rain the first night, and it was pretty heavy, so we had to kind of cancel after about 45 minutes. Second night, we had about an hour's worth of rain, but we had enough tents that people stayed under it, and then they stayed and finished off playing. This past weekend, no rain at all. It was great all the way through. The Tampa Bay water ski team was out there. They were out there the previous Saturday, and actually previous Sunday, and they were here this Friday, Saturday, and they'll be out here this coming Friday, Saturday at 6 o'clock. We're also doing a 5K run. We'll make it a family fun event. We actually brought a carnival out there where we have like 9 rides for kids. And we're just kind of like, just to help it go along, Commissioner Simpson made a donation, Ajax made a donation to actually cut the wristband price down. And just to get the attention going, the carnival operator just started giving away passes to the kids. So we just got to go around, just get kids out there, just to get it trying and going. So it's been a great success. This weekend's band is awesome. John Batista's band from Shadowfax is going to be playing from 3 to 6 on Saturday. And Shaker something or other. Shaker Society is the #1 rated band in the region. They're going to be out there a little bit later Saturday night, but everything's been great. The food's been great, so if you want to come out and take a look, it's been awesome. The staff out there has been absolutely incredible. We ran a sand soccer tournament. Jeff Wills from Florida Football Coast put 17 teams together, and they just had a ball. They loved playing playing sand soccer right on the beach, and we had our deputies out there, our firefighters out there, and one of the firefighters scores a goal. And to celebrate, he just runs and just jumps in the water. But yeah, just really good competition. And then we had a volleyball tournament that was out there as well. So yeah, a lot of good stuff going on.
That's a fun graphic there.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, Mr. Carballa.
Thank you. Just two items. I'm pleased to announce that HUD has accepted and approved our CDBG-DR action plan, as well as our financial certification. So, I'd like to publicly thank Joanna, Marcy, and Connor for really doing amazing work to get this
They're
up.
approving it before we thought they would.
So yes, absolutely. So the quality of the work and the output has been amazing. So
Why don't you keep that to yourself?
Put that in our Doge report.
We're now moving to the operational phase of this, and so that'll be next. So we intend to have an agreement here soon, hopefully within the next few weeks.
With the consultant?
We're working on that. I don't want to really talk about that at this point in time. There'll be plenty of time for that. But we're moving in the direction now, moving to the operational phase, which is exciting.
That is phenomenal.
So how quick can we put money on the street?
We are hoping to be able to do this by the end of the year.
So that did move up since this came out a few months early?
We'll see. I mean, we got to get through a few other things first, but I'm just happy that the quality of the work and everything has been teed up perfectly to this point. So very, very excited. I think
That's
it's
incredible.
Just great work. The other thing I just wanted to mention to the board publicly, Representative Maggard held a roundtable on property tax reform. It was a meeting that the constitutional officers attended, myself, Attorney Steinschneider, as well as Eric Breitenbach, and then some city managers out east. He really took the opportunity. He was well prepared and just had a great conversation on the impacts of various types of property tax reform that the state is currently considering. And so he really took everyone's input to heart, and we've availed ourselves to assist him, give him information as he continues to do his work, his homework on the House side when it comes to potential property tax reform in the future.
I want to remind you that FAC warned us that if that does come through, and it's a referendum, right?
Well, that's one of the options that are being discussed. I can tell you Representative Maggard had all kinds of things. There were everything from referendums on elimination to additional exemptions. There's a whole suite of options that are out there that they're looking at and considering. The governor is obviously stumping on some things, and the House and the Senate too. I mean, this is how our government works. Are looking at various ideas on how to tackle affordability of housing is really how the state's looking at it right now.
It's a little scary for local governments to have the unknown when our budgets are, but I am sure the state knows that we have to fund certain things, so.
They are aware.
They can't bankrupt us. We're bonded and
those were issues that were brought up. Everything from debt to public safety expenses were all covered, even non-ad valorem assessments that are made on properties. And so there's a lot to consider, but I just applaud Representative Maggard for really taking the time to sit down with all of us and to be heard. And I believe he's truly working hard for the citizens of Pasco and the local governments and constitutionals to make sure that there's fair reform.
can I ask you for the board, I was told by Ralph that you wanted our legislative ass in like last week.
Well, we're trying to push September of having a legislative workshop with the board. I know there's some other deadlines. As you know, it's, you know, on the even number years, they meet sooner. And so we want to be well prepared and ready to go on that. Ralph, anything to add? No?
Okay, because I always go through Hooper when and I'm going to call your husband, because they overlap in my district on ideas, and I think we've come up with one for mine, but I haven't talked to Brad yet.
I emailed staff just to let them know about yours. Again, Ralph
Okay.
Lear, our governmental affairs officer. Sorry.
For the most dangerous skywalks to schools, the third one on the list, I think, is in your district, which I want to support. Is it yours, the list?
No, speak a
Oh,
little bit.
for the legislative ask, how we've been chipping away the most dangerous school,
Mm-hmm.
and the second most dangerous, which we got funded, now the third most dangerous, I think, I need to review lists, I think the third most dangerous schools in your
Okay.
district.
So basically, the email that I sent out it was for our organization, and we really had to get that back in and start the discussion. I did send it to you all. I have had some discussion with several of the commissioners about this, but we just want to be in place and ready so we can get this kind of whittled out and discussed this month before we do a workshop in September. And you know, I've initiated a request for a meeting for a local bill that we were going to attempt to do last year for this coming session. And I know the delegation is honing in on a date for the delegation meeting, but it has not been confirmed, but it's the beginning of November.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Just a couple of things. Quick thing about on the property tax thing. I mean, 52% of the budget goes to the sheriff, fire, EMS, got to be a quarter, thereabouts. That's a lot of money coming from ad valorem funding all that. And I tell you, if they ever go straight sales tax, watch out for the panhandle. Everybody's going to be buying up to the north, and that's going to devastate them up there. So I think if it ever goes...
Everyone's going to what?
It'll be devastating because everyone will shop up to the north, across the state line.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of that happens now anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So I think when everything really gets looked at, it's going to be tough to go that way. But I'm all for the Doge getting as efficiency as we can, but it's got to work for everybody. On a couple of things, on the state ask, last year I think asked for like 5.9 or so for sea pines. We now have the 404 permit on phase 1. We don't need it. We're going to go through an exemption for phase 2, but phase 3, not only is it 5.9, but we actually need about a total of about $23 million or so. So you're going to see that number jump up, but that's why they don't have all the funding for all the other things we thought was in place. So when you see that number, that's to do the whole project, minus what we've already got from a match from Swiftmud, which I think is 3.4, and we put up 3.4 already. So
What I don't understand is I keep, Sean is like, there's so much money for water projects, so I don't understand. I mean, like, let's give that one to, that's one that we give to our number 3 and try and get it funded.
Yeah. I'm actually working with
If you know
Ralph.
what I mean. Number 3 lobbyist, that's what I mean.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, I'm working with Ralph Masulo. He's the one who
Yeah.
put the aquatic preserve in. Had a great conversation with him, told him what was going on with the struggles. I told him, I says, I know you put things in there for the dredging, how you wouldn't put the stop to it, but I was afraid that we'd have some issues with it being in the aquatic preserve. That's why we tried to move it out. He goes, let me go try to work with you. Let's go take a look at how they're dissecting it and what they're making you do, because maybe they're overextending what they should be doing. So we've been working with our team, with Fish and Wildlife, which is coming down this coming week, and DEP as well, to kind of find out, let's soften up what they're doing to us, because if Homo sacer and citrus got all their work done, even as an aquatic reserve, how are we being treated differently than they are? And it looks like we are, so we're going to kind of dissect that as well and try to work with him on that.
I just have one thing.
Yeah.
Just in closing, can you pull up that slide for me? So when I said I couldn't remember how many counties had committed, if anybody wants this, I can email it to you, but these are all the counties that are committed to doging, so.
The white or the black?
Yeah, right
Or
here.
green or whatever.
Those are all of them, right here.
Oh, I was looking at the
Yep.
map, not the,
And when I saw we weren't on it, I thought it was
okay,
important.
gotcha.
That we were on.
So we could look over here and go over here and then see which color is the,
I didn't even know that was existing, so thanks for bringing it
You're
forward.
welcome.
so it's the dark counties.
Mike knows, I've been on it for a couple months.
Okay, you, I think.
No,
You?
me.
You.
Because of the elevation of State Senator Angolia to CFO and the vacancy in the District 11 Senate seat, there'll be a new series of canvassing board meetings that I have been asked to get. Primary is set for September 30th, and the election, the special election is December 9th. There, of course, are multiple canvassing board meetings ahead of that. As you know, the statute requires the chair to be that person, that board representative, unless the chair has a conflict.
I'm gonna get a conflict if I don't have one yet.
My certifications, I think, are still good, aren't they?
Your certifications are still good, so if Commissioner Waitman wants to pull that duty, we can.
Appointed.
We
Done.
can have a letter for the chair's signature that says that that for these specials, obviously it wouldn't go into next year.
Yeah.
That Commissioner Waitman will be the board's representative on canvassing.
Yeah,
for
and
it.
I don't think I'll be here September 30th. I should have a new grandbaby, little granddaughter on the ground. I'll be up there. Okay.
I hope not on the ground.
In someone's hands. Arriving. Okay, anything else?
That's it, thank you.
Nothing from the clerk.
Okay, I've got some photos, but first, okay, well this, Jack, you didn't mention this, but this was our utilities, AmSkills Utilities graduation, and we had a lot of staff there. With Lacucci Electric was there, Tampa Bay Water was there, because we have a lot of interest from these people to help them fill their pipeline. So this is the upcoming completion of the Starkey, wait, go back to the AmSkills one. So what's going on here? And there's Jack in the picture.
David Eggers there? Yeah.
Oh yeah, David Eggers was there, Commissioner Eggers from Pinellas County, who's an engineer. These are our Pasco County High School students with their mentors from the Utilities Department. They just had completed their I think it's 10 weeks of working for the county, and some of them are juniors, some of them are seniors, and a couple of these are underway to get hired by the county now to go work for us in the Utilities Department. And some other departments from the county have come to meet with AmSkills, Andrew Baxter, and I think Jason Mickle is coming over, if he hasn't come over yet, to set up programs to help fulfill their pipeline. So we had 80 guests there at the graduation. You know, was that Garen Angel was there? So he's very interested in what we're doing. Okay, so, and I'm gonna talk more about AmSkills in a second, but thank you. These are two photos that Keith sent me. Starkey Ranch District Park, we're about to have these multi-fields finished, thank goodness, and hopefully we're gonna pay for those trees that go in that parking lot from the Tree Mitigation Trust Fund and not eat up Keith's budget so he can go build more fields, right? And then over here on the right, look how good Pine Hill is looking. Commissioner Waitman, I don't know if you've ever been there, or Oakley, but this used to be owned by the city, and we did a swap with the city of Newport Richey for the old All Children's SunTrust Bank downtown, and then we've remodeled this, and that is looking so good, so good.
Night and day difference.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was really ratty,
Yeah.
so ratty. And this is our only Little League complex. This is our oldest Little League complex on the west side. And then in the 80s, we built Holiday Rec, and that's it.
You have veterans too.
Well, okay, Veterans was the last one.
England, I should say. Yeah.
Where?
England and veterans.
I think Veterans was the last one.
Okay.
So the next one's gonna be in Bexley, if we ever can get that one going, the Little League complex. Okay, next, because I don't remember what's here. Is that it on pictures? Okay. I need to nominate a new person to the Tourism Development Council because the former councilwoman from Newport Richey did not run again because she's running for mayor. So I need to ask you to approve Brian Jonas from Newport Richey City Council to the Tourist Development.
So moved.
Yes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so in response to the ongoing discussions of a potential MPO merger, a group effort between Pinellas County MPO, Hillsborough TPO, and Pasco County MPO has been made to provide resources to our boards and committees to answer any questions they may have on the project. One of the opportunities being offered is a field trip to Metro Plan Orlando on October 27th. Metro Plan Orlando is a merged MPO organization that serves as the MPO for the Tri-County Orlando urban area encompassing Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties. So I'd like you to, you're all going to get an invitation to that bus. We'll have.
I can't make it.
Okay, well, answer to them. But there'll be elected officials from all 3 counties and cities going over to Orlando for a special day. So if you can make it, that would be really good. That Pasco has some representation. Tourist Development Committee, we again were selected for the Florida Senior Games. Then that's for the next 4 years. It's an Olympic-style event for individuals age 50 plus to compete, and it will take place all through the county.
50 is a senior?
Yeah.
Come on.
So here's the sad thing. We don't have,
anymore or what?
you're still in. Go for
I think
it.
you just get bumped out.
So they cannot do softball here. They have to go to Ocala because we don't have softball fields.
There's old guys that play at
We,
Heritage Park on
we do not
44.
have enough softball fields for their tournament, so.
Seth, you're the only senior not on,
And
I'm not
swimming.
allowed in some communities. 'cause
The
I'm-
swimming takes place in another county because we don't have the enough of the Olympic style swimming pools. So we'll have most of the stuff, but heads up, some of the stuff has to leave our county. Benfica Academy has opened their first residential academy in the United States at St. Leo. It's one of the most well-known Portuguese professional football clubs globally. Is that cool or what? It has a large international following. So the prestigious academy will welcome players from around the world to train, develop, and compete at the highest level here in Pasco County.
So which American football or soccer? Football?
It's soccer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, So there's a whole bunch of towns here where they're coming from, but Florida Sports Coast is partnering with Benfica to have on-site and digital presence to create destination awareness for visitors and players who will be coming over because of that. With the Scallop Season Fam Tour, we had a travel influencer, Melina Lopez, 1.8 million followers. That's a lot. Out on the water with other top content creators and journalists showcasing Pasco County activity. They also spotlighted the eco-friendly scallop sorter tool initiative from Sea Grant, Florida. I got one of those little, yeah. And IFAS, and they returned the undersized scallops to the water, which is so important. I made my husband throw some back. The reports I'm getting, I haven't had time to go but once, and it wasn't in Pasco County. My husband and Dewey Mitchell went out. They said it was really good in Pasco County.
Everyone I've talked to, and I've talked to several people, they have getting record counts super fast, and the scallops are huge too, so it's been a great season for scalloping.
Okay, and I have one more thing. So you guys got a copy of a letter that I would like your permission to send up to Kevin O'Farrell, just filling him in on what's going on with AmSkills and the county and our apprenticeship programs that we're getting ready to kick off. So I couldn't send it up, to send it up under chair, I needed to have your approval to send that letter that I handed you, so.
Move approval.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All right, is that it?
If I
Can
could,
we talk about your fireboat?
What fireboat?
You made the news, by the way.
Thank you, yeah.
You had something else?
So we had the fireboat that we started this project back in pre-COVID days, or right around COVID. And the fireboat was out, and it can hold several people, 4 people on a gurney, if they really need access. And it's been out since July. They had a fire in Gulf Harbors.
Yes.
Where they went down, and there was like.
Elevator.
Elevated home up, fire going from the top. They kept it from spreading from that home. They had 2 other successes, rescue successes. And then for scalloping season, they want to go full force where they're out there protecting people. And I think it was just Sunday, they had another accident. Boat capsized. They were out there within minutes. One of my friends was out there and says it was amazing how quick they were out there rescuing the people. So
You know,
it's already
we-
saving lives.
We had a storm come up last month at Anclote Key, and our sheriff and I don't know how many people were involved, but they rescued 20 or 30 people.
Yes.
The boat ramp at Anclote was full of ambulances. We had people go to the hospital. It was a storm that came up.
Oh, a storm?
A storm came up, and I think 13 to 17 boats capsized.
Really?
It was just I've never heard of that. I've never heard of this happening, but it was a disaster out on Anclote Island a couple weeks ago. So, with that, I think.
Let me
Oh, yeah, I'm
quick-
sorry.
I'm sending Gino
Scott
a
Snyder
video
has
on that right now.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, and I guess while
I
we're
know I
waiting
had
for it,
something.
I'll just say that went to the christening of it, and it's been a fantastic piece of our rescue and keeping the citizens safe. So much so that even the Coast Guard is looking to call on Pasco, because we get to a lot of places that they can't. So it's really providing safety right now through the weekends. I think I don't know, JJ, we're doing weekends. I think it's like Friday through the weekends when it's heavy boaters during the season. So it's as Commissioner's already said, we've fought some fires with it, and we've made a lot of rescues, and getting folks, safety on the water is key. So just thanks to the board for approving that, and our guys have some great training and are doing some good things out there.
Of the county attorney, you want to show the picture? And while they're pulling that up, county attorney has something else.
So, I'm sorry I didn't bring this up during my comments. We have gotten the receipt of 2 additional settlements in the opioid multi-district litigation. One is the Purdue Sackler family, which has gotten a lot of press.
Yeah.
The other is about, looks like, 6 or 8 other smaller defendants. The state has changed the company they have as the administrator. It's now a company called Riverstone. And so just in an abundance of caution, if I could get the board to authorize me to accept those settlements on your behalf. They're electronic digital forms that come in that an authorized person from Pasco County has to sign. I've been signing it under the old administrator, but since they've now changed the administrator, I want to make sure that I get the board's permission to do that.
I
So
move
moved.
to,
Was there a second? I had 2
Second.
moves, okay.
Whichever.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
So they settled the Purdue one, Sackler, because I thought there was a little craziness going on with it.
I got notice this last week that that one has settled. Again, they don't tell you what your breakdown of funding is until later. They just give you the big number.
Okay. I am really, I don't know what we could do about it, but I'm glad we're going to talk about it, and that's the Pasco housing vouchers. I just, and to hear that number, 60-40, was, and that we still have Pasco residents on the list. So I don't understand it. I mean, it's not, we don't control it. But I've asked if, before the meeting, our next discussion on it, if we could have someone call to other counties around us and see what their split is on locals versus out-of-county
Yeah, I was
residents.
going to ask staff to do that, so we had at least some comparable stats to benchmark
Yeah.
against, of course.
Okay.
So that video's up?
Is that a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is, we're on Anclote right now. It drafts 1.4 foot.
Wow.
That's like nothing, right? It can spin in a circle.
You know, I have a video in here, I won't pull it up because we've been talking a long time, but last year when we were scalloping in Newport, in Pasco, on the inside of Anclote Key, I couldn't believe the boats that were speeding through while divers were in the water. And I flagged down a couple.
Did they have flags?
The sheriffs. Yeah, they had flags in.
divers?
I got video of boats just bombing through where everyone's scalloping. So,
That's not good.
the sheriff boat was out there last year. I don't know if anyone was out there this year. I'm gonna miss it because we're going down to the Keys Friday, but, I hope that they got that under control this year because I sure don't want to see anyone get run over.
Much better.
Yeah. Okay, Thunder, we're out of here.
Man's talking about it, look here.